Engines seem like magic. You simply add a new object, enable the physics engine, and everything seems to just work. But behind all that, there is something much simpler and much more fascinating. I program games in Java, often without using an engine. It's not because engines are bad, but because I wanted to understand the inner workings behind them. And when you start building these things from scratch, you realize that engines aren't magic. They're just a lot of different systems working together. So what exactly is a game engine? A game engine is not a single thing. As a matter of fact, it's a complex collection of systems: the rendering system, the physics system, the input system, audio, and the entity system. Each of these systems solves a specific problem, and together they create a game. Almost every game engine revolves around something called the game loop. So things like updating the world, drawing the world, and repeating this dozens of times per second is the job of this so-called game loop. It's simple but powerful. And as it runs, it goes through the systems that exist within a game engine, such as the input system, for example. It's responsible for detecting and processing every single input from the keyboard, mouse, or any type of external controller that we put into our game. There's a physics system that carefully calculates all movement, collisions, and the forces on our objects. Rendering system. Everything that appears on the screen that we can see in our game is meticulously managed and handled by the rendering system. It draws everything on the screen. Additionally, we can also find a dedicated audio management system within a game engine, which manages the music and sound effects in our game. When you use a game engine, all of these essential systems are already conveniently set up. What changes when you do this from scratch? When you try to develop these complex systems without an engine, you begin to truly appreciate how each individual system works. And that fundamentally transforms the way you use an engine from that point forward. Because now you're not just using tools, you truly understand the logic behind how they work. For example, you can more easily identify and understand why a bug happened. You can more easily optimize your entire system or create different mechanics. You stop being just a user of a game engine and you become a system creator. You can even within the game engine itself develop a customized system that is better suited for your game. Maybe you'll notice that the system built into the game engine doesn't make as much sense for the project you're developing. And you can create a system inside it that makes your game's concept easier to implement. And that doesn't mean you need to abandon the game engine. They exist precisely to save time. But when you truly understand the way they work, you can gain a significantly deeper benefit from using them, take advantage of them. Ultimately, when you think about it, learning how engines work isn't just about building a giant engine. It's about understanding the fundamental systems of games. And once you start to fully grasp and comprehend these things, using an engine stops being just about simply clicking on buttons. You start to see exactly what is actually going on behind the game, and that changes everything. If you enjoyed this video, I ask that you subscribe,